90 minutes of football done. LASK is finally eliminated from the Europa League as Manchester United do exactly what they were supposed to do in this game, grab the victory. However, at what sort of price? Because to be honest, that was probably one of the most boringest games of football I think I've ever seen. And we have a lot to talk about in terms of our so-called bench depth. What's up, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a Manchester United versus LASK 2-1 match reaction. Sorry, it's 7 in the morning. So without further ado, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on, share the video in the playlist, and let me know in the comments below. Did you think that performance was good enough for a Manchester United team? Look, at the end of the day, I could say a lot of things about Manchester United today, but I'm going to try my best to not garbage the whole team, because in the end, especially in the first half, you have to give full credit to LASK for absolutely taking it to us, pressing us. Again, when we get pressed, we turn the ball over. They were by far the dominant side in the first half. They got the first goal. We scraped a win out of that. I think we scored in the 86th minute from a substitute player. Look, in the end, a win is a win, so I don't think anyone's going to be complaining about how he won the game, but the fact is that you expect a lot better from this Manchester United side, even if the bench is playing, even if you have young players coming in. I mean, this is not exactly a team, that is going to provide any sort of threat to coming back to this game. So you expect Man United to play freely, to play with pace, to play with power, to play with freedom, and it just didn't happen today. We didn't play with any sort of freedom. We were even lucky to actually scrape a win. So look, again, full credit to LASK. I think they fully deserve the outcome that they got, and we suffer once again from a poor performance. And this has been an ongoing theme for Manchester United for a while now. You think by the time that we took the break, we would actually do a lot better than what we did, but we didn't deserve the win, but we got the win. Manchester United did get the win. That's always the positive out of everything. If they win the game, that is the most important thing, besides, of course, the performance. Now, we could get into the goals as well. So the first goal was a beautiful pass from Mata. First touch pass into Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard had all the time and space in the world. And to be fair, the goalkeeper did very, very well in his positioning. He nearly got the save, but Jesse Lingard gave him the eyes. And in my opinion, even though many people won't believe what I say, I think that's a fantastic finish from Jesse Lingard. Of course, when you give the goalkeeper the eyes, you expect the goalkeeper to react one or two ways, to basically not believe you or believe you. And I think the goalkeeper did neither. I think he just stood his ground and he nearly got the save. So fair play to the goalkeeper, but Jesse Lingard gets the first goal. The second goal, again, was from Martial and Mata playing beautiful passes together, which ended up getting the goal for Manchester United from Anthony Martial. Again, the keeper did very, very well. But again, nothing came out of that for them. So yeah, look, it is what it is, man. It's not like Manchester United performed well enough to get 2 goals, to be fair. But we did. We got the 2 goals. We will survive to live. We will live another day. We advanced into the Europa League. I don't think that was going to be ever questioned, but you do expect a better performance. And the bench, this is the bench side, basically, of Manchester United. These are the players that did actually extremely well for us coming in to this Europa League game from the entire season, from Fred to McTominay to Eric Barley to Brandon Williams, Ighalo. You know, these are a bunch of players that you expect Manchester United to do extremely well for you, but they just didn't perform today, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're not showing up to games like this where it should be simple, man. They shouldn't even be scoring. Of course, their goal was absolutely spectacular, a world-class finish. There's not much you can ask for from Romero or anybody in terms of that goal. It was a beautiful goal, so fair play to LASK for that goal as well. But you don't expect Manchester United to not show up to a game like this. I'm not going to keep this video too long. We're going to go into the ratings for the starting 11 and the bench. Of course, we could start with Sergio Romero, and I know he conceded a very good goal. He looked a bit shaky, to be fair, Romero. It's not like he had a very comfortable game, but he didn't really have much to do, so I think a rating of 6 out of 10 is probably going to be fair for Sergio Romero. Again, if you expected him to have multiple end-on saves, then you're not watching what LASK was doing. I mean, LASK was pressing us, but they had very few opportunities on goal, and that was their weak point, to be fair. So in the end, full credit to Sergio Romero for saving the shots. We nearly could have gotten a draw in the final seconds of the game. He pulled out a great save with his shoulder, and we won the game. So he deserves all the credit, all the applause for that. It's 6 out of 10. Now, Fosu Mensah is a bit of an up and down one. I thought he had a very decent game. I wanted to give him above 6, but I don't think anybody really, besides maybe a few players, probably get above a 6 out of 10. So he's going to get a 6 for me. Again, he's basically the backup right back now. Diogo Dalot seems to be nowhere in sight. And Fosu Mensah, even though I didn't think he was going to start, he did fairly well, man. 6 out of 10. I mean, he had a shot on goal, but again, defensively is where Fosu Mensah is the strongest. I don't even think he's meant to be a right back, but he did play right back today and he did well. So you have to give credit where it's due on that one. It is what it is, man. I thought he was great. Going into Eric Bailly, in my opinion, this just is my opinion again. All these ratings are my opinion. Again, I might be watching a completely different game to you guys, so you need to let me know if you agree or not, and that will help me improve my ratings as well. But in my opinion, Eric Bailly was a simple 7 out of 10, and in my opinion, is one of the contenders for man of the match. I am going to give him man of the match, but he was great today, you know. He was doing his pirouettes in the box and everything, 5-star skill moves, the things that Eric Bailly loves to do. But more than that, his passing from the back today was really impressive for me, because he made things simple, but he also did it very quickly. Again, we always praise quick ball movement from back to front. Eric Bailly did that in abundance today. First touch passes, one touch move, you know. Eric Bailly did that today. It's not like he kept the ball. He was a lot different to Harry Maguire today, and I think he really stood out at the centre-back position. We all know Eric Bailly has performances like this in him. The problem is we can never seem to find the consistency to keep playing him, and not only to keep playing him, but to keep him performing this way. There's always something that kind of stops him from doing it. So, I mean, this performance, we all know Eric Bailly can produce a performance like this. Now it's just a matter of how consistent can it be? Can he stay healthy enough to keep doing it? And all these things, man. Look, Manchester United, we talk a lot about our centre-back positions, but if Eric Bailly stays fit and consistent, then he is probably one of our better centre-backs. So that's probably why he gets so many chances, even though a lot of players and fans are probably fed up with him. But he gets the chances because he is good enough. It's just that he doesn't show it enough. He is good enough. I truly believe he is good enough to be a Manchester United centre-back. Going into Harry Maguire, I thought Harry Maguire was pretty average today. He made a few mistakes here and there. He did very well to link up with Chong later in the game. But besides that, too many crosses that went his way went off target in the offensive penalty box, man. You have to hit them on target. I'm getting rather tired of this. For a player that's that size that wins so many headers in our box, I think only 1 or 2 of them in the entire season have been on target, and one of them was a goal against Chelsea, man. So, like, come on, we expect more from Harry Maguire. He needs to start putting these on target. It's not as easy as saying that. I understand it's very hard to get a corner on target when you have about 5 players in front of you. But we bought him for this reason, pretty much, to win headers in our box, to be a set piece genius. And although he's winning the headers, it's not exactly a good hit on target, is it? Like, we don't see much of Harry Maguire heading it on target. Because if he heads it on target, it's going to be a goal. That's what we need to see more from Harry Maguire, in my opinion. Let's just see where that goes as well. Going into the left-back position, Brandon Williams, he again gets a 6 as well. Look, I don't think many players had a poor performance today, but it was just average, man. It was just average. Brandon Williams was pretty average today as well. Again, attacking-wise, nothing really to show for, but defensively, he was great. It's just one of those, it is what it is, man. It's a mixed player, a mixed performance, because I think we all know Brandon Williams has the talent. Obviously, he signed a brand new contract, so we all are excited to see what comes next from Brandon Williams. But I think we all know that he's not the player that you expect to get the best attacking outlet out of. that player is Luke Shaw, and it doesn't look like Luke Shaw's playing in this Europa League campaign. So let's just see where things go, man. It's going to be interesting to see if Brandon Williams keeps that left-back position for future games. I think he probably will, but, man, there needs to be someone challenging him to get the best out of him, and that's the way that I see it, at least. Going into the CDM positions, now this is where things get interesting. So I'm going to start off with Fred, because I think Fred had the better game. I'm going to give Fred a 6 out of 10. He started off the game very badly, Fred, to be honest. Like, a lot of turnovers. It's almost like he was not really ready to play this game. But he got into the game a lot towards after the 20 minutes. He was the boss of that midfield. And I know our midfield got dominated in the first half, but when Fred had the ball, things happened. He played the ball through to Dan James a few times, played the ball into Ighalo, Jesse Lingard, like all these balls that he did play. So in the end, yes, we didn't do well in the midfield battle, but when Fred did get the ball and he did make a pass forward, things did happen, and he is a very good passer of the ball. That's where his game is. That's where he's probably best at. So, yeah, look, and we could have got more goals out of that, but we didn't. So he gets a 6 out of 10. There's not much really else to say about Fred. Defensively, non-existent, so that's what he gets. Scott McTominay, on the other hand, did not have a great game at all. I'm tempted to give him a 4, but he did have a relatively good emergence in the second half. So I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. I think that's the lowest score I'll probably give someone. Maybe we'll get to Dan James later. I'll have to think about that one. But Scott McTominay, in my eyes, just wasn't great today. Just wasn't great at all. A lot of turnovers, a lot of people pressing him, couldn't really handle the press. Made no real impact offensively or defensively. I mean, he gave away a foul. So the only thing I can really remember from Scott McTominay, I know that's a bit harsh, again, but this is LASK that we're talking about. Now, LASK in the second half were non-existent. They're in their preseason mode. They were tired. They were done for the last 40 minutes of the game, pretty much, and we did not capitalize, and Scott McTominay did not emerge as a dominant midfielder. None of them did. And that's why when Paul Pogba came on, the game really changed. And that's why Scott McTominay probably had a better second half than the first half. It's because Paul Pogba was there. So 5 out of 10 for me. It's pretty simple, to be fair. Going into the cam position, Jesse Lingard. And Jesse Lingard is also going to be a player that, in my opinion, is a competitor for man of the match. I'm not going to give it to him, but he's definitely one of those players that probably could get the man of the match in my eyes. Beautiful finish, in my opinion. It was a great goal. He's going to get a 7 out of 10 from me. Again, the only reason I'm not giving him man of the match is he got subbed off very, very early, and Eric Bailly played the whole game. That's pretty much the only reason. The goal was absolutely essential to keep us in the game, and it was a good finish, and it was a great run as well from the left wing as well. We don't really know Jesse Lingard's main priority position. It seems like he plays anywhere that he wants to. So it was good to see him off the left getting a goal. And it was a good finish in my eyes. He gave the keeper the eyes. The goalkeeper stood his ground. He performed great, that goalkeeper, to be fair. But Jesse Lingard tucked it in very nicely, and he got his goal. And I think he was one of the better players even before the goal, to be fair. And that's why he's going to get his 7 out of 10 from me. Now, Dan James. I'm very tempted to give a 4. But yet again, I do see the positives in his performance today, so I'm going to give him a 5. Now, with Dan James, the one thing that you can never question is his work ethic and his running. He ran the bylines today like it was his life on the line. He absolutely destroyed the byline. He caused a lot of problems for the LASK defenders. But again, the negative thing about Dan James is his final ball. He can never seem to get the final ball right. It always is deflected off of the defender, the goalkeeper, even sometimes his own players, man. I just don't see how the final ball gets any better from Dan James. When he's running at that pace, man, there's not much you can do. So it is kind of at a risk when you have pace like that and you're running at the defenders, and Paul Pogba finding a ball, Fred finding a ball, McTominay I think found him once as well. So look, he causes a lot of problems, but the problems are not going to be problems if you don't put them in dangerous areas. And yes, Dan James runs into dangerous areas, but his final ball does not go into any danger areas. And any time it does, it's deflected away. And I think either we need to see better runs from other players, or we need to see Dan James put the ball in a different position and actually create a problem. I don't know, man. Look, it's all one game with Dan James. You know, it's been a while since I've actually seen him play a full 90 minutes, or he didn't even play a full 90 minutes, but a full game pretty much. And he's not going to be the best from the get go. Like, it's just not. That's not how it works. So look, I'm not going to go in on him for having a bad performance, but I do think he probably should do a little bit better when it comes to actually, I guess, producing, man, because we could have easily had 3 or 4 goals if he did put the ball in the right areas. And that's the only thing I could really talk about with Dan James. And Ighalo was non-existent for me. A few shots that were basically roll-ins to the keeper. Keeper grabbed them easily. He used his strength in some areas, but not really any good service in the first half. Second half, didn't do anything. So I think maybe I could give him a 5 out of 10. I am going to give him a 5 out of 10. Look, there was some shots that he could have scored today, and they were well and truly scuffed. So that's the only thing I could talk about Ighalo. Again, might be a little bit aggressive on these. I think I'm being pretty lenient, to be fair. I think I could have given Dan James, I could have given Ighalo, I could have given McTominay a 4, or even a 3. But I'm gonna give them a 5 because this was basically a training ground game, but you do have to remember, this was LASK that we're talking about. This wasn't Chelsea or Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal. It's not like we played this poorly against them. This was LASK. LASK is nowhere near the level of the top 6 teams in the Premier League, or even any of the opponents that we'll face in the Europa League. So doesn't matter what team you play out here, you expect to win convincingly, and we did not do that today. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, look, his team rating was pretty spot on, to be fair. Played a bunch of the players that probably deserved to play. Youth players came in. And so, yeah, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Again, it's not perfect. I really wanted to see Ethan Laird play, James Garner play. We didn't get to see any of those players. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows at Manchester United at the moment, and I think that really showed in his performance. The substitutions, look, I didn't want to see Paul Pogba play today, but he did. I didn't want to see Martial play today, but he did, and both of the players made an impact. So let's go to the bench. Obviously, I spoke of 2 players. Let's first off start with Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba came on and the game changed dramatically. Again, he didn't do anything to give me above a 6 rating, but his presence alone really got the game moving on for Manchester United. We attacked so much more. It's not even that he's doing anything. It's basically just that the fact that he's on the pitch. I feel like players or teams get extremely scared of Paul Pogba and what he can do, the long balls and everything. So we start to attack more and more. And look, we did fairly well when Paul Pogba came on, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Again, he didn't do anything to get a 7 or an 8, but he did do a fantastic job at just doing the right things, man. It was a very basic performance from Paul Pogba today. Let's go to Tahith Chong. That's the second one that I'm thinking about now. Tahith Chong, for me, gets a 6 out of 10. I was going to give him a 6.5. The thing with Chong is he hugged the touchline very, very nicely today, and it made Harry Maguire's life to give the ball to him a lot easier. The one thing that you could say with Jesse Lingard and with Juan Mata and whoever else, Dan James as well, it was very hard to give them the ball, no matter how many the runs they were making. Tahith Chong seemed to be open the entire time that he was playing in that game, and that is only a positive towards him. Now, of course, the same thing with Dan James. Like I say about Chong, the final ball needs to be better, and I think they all can agree with that. The final ball needs to be better from a bunch of these players. So a 6 is only fair for a substitute player. They got the ball a lot, but didn't necessarily do anything with it. I think a 6 is fair. We also got a new Manchester United player coming in at right back for a substitute for Fosu Mensah, and I think his name is Mengi. I think. The FA Youth Cup winner, the captain of Manchester United's youth team. And I honestly thought he had a fantastic debut, to be fair. Again, it's going to be a 6. I want to give him a 7 just because it's his debut. And it's my video. I am going to give him a 7 for his debut, man. This is his Manchester United first team debut, and in about the first 3 minutes, he intercepted everything. Now, of course, he didn't have much to do. He basically, besides the first 2 minutes, he didn't do anything. But this is Manchester United. This is a player that people do talk about. Obviously, not as much as others. He's not really well known beyond the youth team and the fans that watch the youth, but he's spoken highly about. So why not give him the opportunity? He was, I believe, a sub in Astana as well, and he didn't get picked. So it was good to see him here. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for his debut. Why not? Why not, man? Look, this could be the future of Manchester United. I know it's probably not point. It's very unlikely that that's going to happen, but any youth player that does come in for his debut for Manchester United could very well be the future of Manchester United if things go well. Look, it's very rare for a youth player to go and make stardom straight away, but it does happen. Rashford is the perfect example of that, and so is Greenwood. So anytime that a youth player comes in, you give your attention, you see what he's all about, and you see how well he can do it in the future. So now that he's played a first-team game, a lot of people are going to keep an eye on him going into back to his youth, or if he goes out on loan, people are going to keep an eye on him expecting good things, and that's the best you could ask for a debut game. Only 10 minutes or so left in the game, so again, not much to do, but since it's a debut, he's going to get a 7 out of 10 for me. Martial, I think Martial is the last player that I remember coming on, so I'm going to give him. He got a goal, so I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 as well, as instant impact pretty much. He only had like 7 or so minutes to play, and he got a beautiful goal. Again, goalkeeper did very well to get a touch on it, but he won us the game, so he's going to get a 7 out of 10 for me. But overall, that is the performance. Team performance, look, the team performance was a 6, but like, it's LASK, so that could go down to a 4 because LASK are just not a great team. And in the second half, we had our way with them, but we could not score until the 86th minute. So I'm going to give it a 6. In the end, I'm trying to be a little bit optimistic as well as a little bit critical here. It's very, very fine line sometimes. So it's going to have to go both ways here. Manchester United need to perform better against the next side, whoever they face. Otherwise, we could well and truly be out next round. We cannot afford a game like that again. We need to, obviously we're going to play stronger players in the next game. I assume Rashford and Greenwood will play, Pogba and Bruno will play. I assume those players are going to play in next game. So if that is the case, then we should expect a stronger performance from Manchester United. But one performance like that, going into the next round, and we're out, man. We cannot afford to lose any more games. We cannot afford to give even teams an opportunity to win. And we gave LASK that opportunity, and we nearly conceded again in the 90th minute to get the draw. So a win at all costs for Manchester United now. I'm not going to go too much into the performances in the next few match reactions, except for the result. Of course, the performances matter. I will talk about the performances, but not... Like, I'm not going, if we win, but we win poorly, I'm not going to go and rant. But we just need to win now. This is a cup competition. Any performance that involves a win is necessary. I don't care how badly we play. If we win 1-0 off of a penalty in the 95th minute, then that's the way that we win. This is a cup competition. This is the Europa League. We have to win at all costs. Performances aside, a win is all that matters. And we got the win today, man. So that is a positive in Manchester United's eyes. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Sorry for the background. Again, I have family and stuff sleeping. This is the only room I could record in. So if I have my face zoomed in, if you don't like the camera setting, it's not going to be a temporary... It might be a temporary thing, it might not. I might do it like this more often. We'll see, man. At the end of the day, this is how the retro videos were. Just me holding the camera. So yeah, it feels good to go back to old times here and there, man. We've got to bring the old stuff back. But thank you guys so much for all your support on Manchester United videos. Again, I will see you guys in more transfer updates. We do have a couple of things to go over in the next few days, depending on when I record it. And we also have the Manchester United Europa League. We're going to continue going and making videos on that until it's over. Also, player review should be coming after the Europa League finishes. So there is the future plans for me and Manchester United. Have a wonderful, safe day. I'll see you all in those videos. Take care and peace.